Good morning and thanks for joining us this morning. After 24 years leading an Omaha-based manufacturing company, one man is getting ready to hang up his hat. But his work is far from done. 68-year-old Mogens C has served as the CEO for Valmont Industries since the late 90s. And while his professional resume is impressive, it's his work in the community that really shines. For that, he's been named the Omaha World Herald Midlander of the Year for 2017. Omaha World Herald visual journalist Brendan Sullivan sat down with Bai to talk about why Omaha is such a special place.
Well, Omaha is kind of unique in the sense that we don't have oceans, we don't have mountains, we don't necessarily have the best climate, but it's a great city. And the proof is that sometimes it's difficult to convince executives that we want to hire to move to Omaha, but as soon as they're here, you can't convince them to move away again because we don't have those things. What makes Omaha great is created by people in Omaha. It's the philanthropy, it's people working together. We have a great symphony, we have great museums, we have great opera, we have Jocelyn, we have Durham. We have so many assets in the community that makes it a good community for people to live in and raise their kids in. You know, what also makes Omaha unique is the great philanthropic tradition here. We have a number of very large foundations, and we have benefactors that are committed to give a very large portion of their wealth back to the community in which they, in many cases, made that wealth. And that's also unique to Omaha to a great extent. And therefore, you see in most of the pearls, as I call them, that has been created in Omaha, whether it's buildings or organizations, you see strong philanthropic support behind it. Boys Town is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. And it was founded, as you know, by Flower Flanagan. They have a lot of residential houses at the main campus here in Omaha. And my wife and I kind of adopted one of those after I joined Boys Town's board a number of years ago. We were invited for dinner. We sat around with the Jones family, Tony and Simone, and their own 3 kids, plus 6 or 8 Boys Town kids. And they went around the table and told their story. Why were they here? What were they trying to get out of being here? What got them here? Were they in trouble, or what got them here? And what are their aspirations for the rest of their lives? And it was fascinating. And afterwards I asked Tony, said, we didn't bring any gifts because we didn't know what to bring. What can we do for you? And he said, we don't need anything, we need you not to forget us. And that was kind of a very strong statement, at least they hit us. And since then, we have gotten more and more involved in the Jones family and the boys that have gone through their house. And it has been very enriching for us because we see kids coming with issues and then they may leave a year or 2 or 3 or 4 later and they're a whole different person and they're much more ready to face what's out in the world and out in the community for them.
After turning CEO duties over to his successor, he'll spend a year as executive chairman of Valmont and possibly remain as chairman after that. Bai will become even more involved in efforts to advance his adopted hometown.